The Mississippi Delta, north to south, runs 200 miles and is 87 miles at its widest. Some call the Delta the most southern place on earth. It's also the site of the infamous Mississippi State Penitentiary, Parchman. MSP is the oldest prison in the state. Parchman is spread out over a jaw-dropping 18,000 acres of former farmland. It's known as the prison without walls because there's no fencing around the widest perimeter, only around the secure prisoner units. The most infamous is Supermax Unit 32. If you're one of the unfortunate souls sent to 32, your life is nothing less than a relentless assault on decency, an unhygienic, violent, disease hellhole that Dante couldn't make up. Unit 32 is a place you don't dare try to escape. But Roy Harper likes a dare. Roy Harper is a thinker.
He's a genius. He's detail-oriented. And he's a very smart guy.
In a telephone interview, Harper describes his impressions of Unit 32.
Being in Unit 32 was like the end of the line. There were a lot of people there. They were crazy all the time, never getting out of prison, and probably never getting out of Unit 32. It was a madhouse. The whole place was mad. I think it made me a little crazier than what I was. You don't have anything to lose.
He just can't take it anymore, and so he decides to escape. The only way out is going to be this window.
Corruption was a constant problem at Parchman. You could just about get anything inside Parchman you wanted to get.
Guards aren't really paid much, so they're really more susceptible to the offer of money. He pays a guard $40 a piece for these hacksaw blades.
Harper's got hacksaw blades and thinks he should be able to cut through the window frame. To remove the screw-headed bolts, he smuggles in a screw bit from the guards. He's finally figured out how to get the window cover off and can now proceed to the next step, cutting through the frame. But suddenly, a wrench is thrown into the works. Roy has a new neighbor, a convicted murderer and escape artist, John J.W. Woolard.
Woolard had his own reputation as a person who had escaped custody in the past. He was serving a life sentence without parole for murder and kidnapping.
I knew him from past, and we had discussed escape and stuff before. We decided we'd pool our thoughts and our efforts and work together to pull off our escape.
They wait until the last cell checks at midnight. To synchronize their progress, they signal to each other once it's time to move to the next step. Step 1, they hang sheets over their cells, then uncover the window. Step 2, they change into their death row jumpsuits and prepare a dummy in their beds. They darken their faces with a concoction that Harper cooked up. Things are going according to plan, but the greatest test is on the prison grounds, where cameras, patrols, and a gun tower could, in one quick moment, seal their fate. They begin crawling along the narrow bit of shadow that hugs cell block C and into the yard, hoping the tower guards don't notice. Harper and Woolard start to saw the chain link. The guard tower does not spot them.
Finally, I had a hole that was big enough for me to squeeze through. And we crawled on out into the darkness until we knew we were out far enough where they couldn't see us. And we were super happy because we'd just be
The dummies do their job, and the guards don't notice they're gone until hours after sunrise, giving Harper and Woolard a 12-hour head start. For a week, they hide and make their way across the Delta, surviving on the meager amount of clean water and food they've carried in their backpacks.
They'd gone to a little town called Webb, Mississippi, found a house, hunkered down outside watching this house. Sunday, church time, and this old couple apparently walked outside to get in their car.
Harper and Woolard decide they need that car if they're gonna make it out of Mississippi and complete the final stage of their escape. While they wait for the couple to return from church, they help themselves to the house. They change into stolen clothes. Then they notice something incredible. An arsenal of firepower in the pantry. Pistols, shotguns, ammo. For Harper and Woolard, it's Christmas morning in June.
When they did come home, I met them at the door with a gun in my hand. I told them, come on in.
Harper conveys instructions. He won't hurt them, he just wants their car. They comply and hand over the keys. They tie the couple up and part ways. Harper and Woolard now have their getaway vehicle. They head west into Indiana, but this is where Woolard's brashness starts to become a liability. They get caught speeding. A high-speed chase begins. Harper begins to fire from the van.
It's the worst of the worst. They're convicted violent felons and have engaged law enforcement in a gun battle.
With the help of a spike-filled tire deflation device, officers pop the van's tires, causing sparks, forcing the van off the interstate into a truck stop. Harper and Woolard are cornered.
One of the bullets clipped my arm. It bled like a son of a bitch. I fired at him.
Harper and Woolard make a break for it. Amidst the chaos of sirens and gunfire, they miraculously get away. They're on the run again and back on foot.
I think I lost enough blood to have me super thirsty. We couldn't be seen together because that would immediately set off alarms.
But that's exactly when they run into the law again.
I drove around and saw the two individuals come out of the woods, and then they were walking right toward me. That's when I confirmed that this was the two individuals that we were looking for. Woolard put his hands in the front of the car. Harper put his hands on the left front fender of the car. And I'm getting ready to get him on the ground so we can wait for backup so we can get him handcuffed. And Woolard looked right in Harper's eyes and he said,
I'm running. And he took off. And my twist, like my sweatshirt, was tied around my waist, so I'd have to untie it and it would be the end for me. It would have killed me. I put my hands on the hood of his car and he came around there and handcuffed me. The cop had me.
Two hours later, Woolard crashes a van on the interstate. Another van he stole at gunpoint from a nearby car wash. He's cuffed and arrested moments later. Harper's story doesn't end after he's sent back to Parchman. Appalled by the conditions, he becomes part of a prison reform movement that finally succeeds in closing Unit 32 due to the violation of basic human rights. That was in 2010. 6 years later, his first novel is published. In it, he writes, "A man should have a personal code of conduct, a code of laws to live by. which you feel in your heart are right. Then never deviate from them, even when it hurts. Live life by your own rules is a philosophy Harper still believes in. But today, and for many years to come, he's in Colorado, serving a life sentence in a supermax and living by someone else's rules.